I mean, they went back to that Demon Island at the same time. So, I mean, I think with that overall control of that map, he had the lead. But I will say this, though. The reason why I brought that up is because we got to figure out who Starmike's going to face. It's going to be Skeldra, it's going to be Acno. And I think we got another Jamin coming in, or another Greatsword player, Skeldra, coming in against Acno. I want to see how that Greatsword does against Acno's Lance, because that's what he's been playing a lot tonight, is that Sir Roland, Orion, etc.
We saw that out of him yesterday in twos as well. We saw a lot of rolling out of him. He's definitely been on that Lance, but EU just be like that. The meta is just different. They play a lot more Lance over there than we do here in North America. South America and EU, they have definitely embraced the Rocket Lance. But no, interesting to see. I'm excited to see a Greatsword in Grand Finals. I think I think a lot of the players, you know, the House of Greatsword boys might be rejoicing to see a Greatsword on a podium, even if it is in a community tournament. But hey, this is one of the biggest community tournament every month, whether it be us or you or Brawl League be hosting it. So definitely should be good to see. And you mentioned that Skeldra is another Greatsword player, and we see him locked in on the Mako right now, going to go up against the Vector of Acno.
Yeah, and I think overall, Acno has embraced that Vector. Since DreamHack Dallas and seeing Yous go crazy with it, they've been trying to find some type of way of taking advantage of that, especially thinking about going into Valencia, because I don't think there's going to be a patch between now and Valencia on top of my head that does balance. So they're going to take full advantage of that, and right now, I mean, we'll have to see what happens.
Absolutely. So far, being careful, kind of a very what's the word I'm looking for? A very disciplined start here from both these players. Nobody just kind of running out. Looks like there is a lot of respect between these two guys and the skill that they're going up against.
Yeah.
And so far,
ooh, it's gonna get. Whoa, Acno went a little bit far, but it looks like Skeldra kind of respects it a little bit. It's like, I'm not gonna go off ledge. I'm not gonna face your Lance off ledge.
Ooh, nice there.
Oh, dear miss though, and like Acno does the punish. Ooh, back and forth. Nice offense down sig. He got him. Oh, recovery. He didn't go for the recovery fast enough. He didn't go for it.
We're seeing a lot more aerial off the Mako than we saw from the Jayun last game. A lot more aerials, not really setting up those grounded attacks. As I say that though, he's getting those dodges in and trying to reverse it, but no, getting sent over to the left side, and Acno is going to take the first stock, although he is pretty bruised on that first stock. Maybe we can shut down and not get a whole lot of bonus damage. To say that though, D-Sig coming out. Uh-oh, he's racking it up here on this edge guard.
Yeah, and I mean, ooh. Brutal. Close.
Brutal.
What? He didn't get hit by a cider coming in from Acno? Oh, that dare comes in. He just had that locked. He was like 5 seconds ahead of Acno. He's like, yeah, you're come off ledge. We'll get its dare on you.
Well, he had to do something. He had to shut that down. Acno was starting to run away with that bonus damage and was getting him pretty, well, we'll call that orange. But we're seeing him put some feet on the ground and being able to try and set up for some of these Greatsword strings, but being able to get back up on stage with Bo, sending him up in the sky. That down sig coming out again and again, literally throwing it down at will. Oh, God.
I don't know, but right now,
Skeldra not being able to deal with it.
Yes,
my brain literally just forgot his name. It would not come out of my mouth. It just would not.
But hey, I mean, this is going to be an even game, possibly here, depending on what Acno does.
Nice there.
There you go. That weapon throw missed.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, Skeldra with that read.
And that is timed to perfection to be able... to be able to hit that angle coming off of that signature. That was crazy. Well played. See if it's enough to be able to pull this game back, though. This is really close in this opening game number 1.
I just kind of realized it, too. Skeldra is one of the first people I've seen that's been able to take advantage of the new dodging feature within Brawlhalla, which is like the forward and back dashes that are so quick. That's probably why they're playing aerial based, and I think that's what's catching Acno off guard. He's not used to Skeldra's character really having an aggressive play style because he couldn't at certain points. So now, I mean, that's why it's been relatively even. And in Skeldra now having those guitars, we'll have to see what happens.
He's getting good little one pieces with him, but we're not seeing any of those big nasty guitar strings come out. Definitely favoring that great sword, swapping over as soon as he had the chance. Getting some more of those aerials in there, but Acno setting it down, trying to set up something over here in center stage. Oh, that signature coming out, but Acno able to get the punish off of it. See what he's got off stage, coming up with the recovery. Ooh, dare off the great sword, weapon throw to keep Acno at bay. Get another two-piece in, but the Sarah coming over from Acno. Oh, it was able to line up, get the game at number 1 with a monster recovery off that Rocket Lance.
Yeah, and that's the thing that Acno's been doing very, very well with, is playing that lance very, very effectively. And we're seeing, even, for example, Acno's second stock knockout was with the bow. I mean, that held neutral signature just has so much force, so much damage build up. And while Skeldra had the damage lead, Acno just had more force and got the knockout options where they needed to.
Absolutely. No, that was a good win from Acno. Way to pull it together. See if he can keep it going on APOC here in game number 2. Did switch over to the Jae Yun, so we're gonna see if that helps Skeldra out at all.
Yeah, we'll have to kind of see what happens here. I mean, yeah, sword and great sword. I mean, maybe pulling a page from Machete's book here and regarding what to really do. And I mean, sword's got a fantastic close range, like hitbox style, and his play styles in general that you can play with it. And Skeldra just has this very unique play style with greatsword. Has they spam dare when I'm saying that, but they are able to get that first stock knockout onto Acno. And I think this Jae-yoon, maybe it's the statistics on the character itself, but I will say it's going a lot more in favor of Skeldra.
It is so far this game. Absolutely. I mean, and if he can just continue to build that lead, looking a lot better, definitely a lot better on the Jae-yoon than what we saw on the Mako. And looking at a possible 3-stock, he is looking very comfortable on that first stock still. Acno having a really, really hard time.
Yeah, and I mean, as we say that, Acno's coming in with that lance, but I mean, he is down. Yeah, he's getting a little bit teared up. Oh yeah, that's a 3-stock from Skeldra. What?
That is a one hell of a response to losing game number 1. I will tell you what.
Good grief.
Man.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't expect to see that.
Acno switching over to the Koji. He got him off lance, okay? He beat him so bad that he got Acno off the lance.
He got him off the winning character from Dallas.
Yeah,
and I think Acno is going back to old reliable. I mean, I've seen Acno in the past go crazy with Koji, but Skeldra's also been playing that sword. So I'm wondering if it's going to actually do anything. We'll see. Maybe that bow might be doing something. We'll see.
Yeah, and I think that's probably going to be the reason why he picked.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Oh my God, the reads coming from Skeldra though are just annihilating, man. I mean, so I gotta give props to Acno. He is reading some dodge options there on the Skeldra, some attack options. But I mean, Skeldra is just outplacing him when they go onto a head-on-head matchup when it comes to the combos. However, Acno does still get that knockout Skeldra. Platform to platform, Skeldra has that advantage.
And we are dead even here in the second stock. And Skeldra now has that great sword back in hand. We've seen how crazy he has been on it right now. It is just a flashy weapon to watch. These huge strings that can come out. The damage up is absolutely insane. See if he's gonna be able to reach in with a Sayer trying to go over the top. But now he's kind of getting that stutter step in between these attacks. But Acno coming back down on stage with a Sayer of his own. Another one trying to line it back up. Can't get anything with it though. But Skeldra setting up that string, man. And just so much damage. They're getting dodged through. And Acno able to get that bow back in hand with the recovery to the ceiling. Not quite enough. The Nair's not going to be enough. Looking for another one. And Acno finally answering back.
Yeah, and I think Acno's bow is what's catching Skeldra off guard, and you brought that up at the beginning of this game with Acno choosing that Koji. Really saying, hey, choose because of the bow, and it's showing. And I think Skeldra realizes that a whole bunch now. They love that great sword, by the way. They threw away that sword to make sure that they could get another great sword.
Well, I mean, it's doing so well. And being able to 3-stock Acno of all people in that second game, and trying to just keep that momentum, not let Acno be able to figure it out. And so far, so good. It wasn't a 3-stock, but he sure got a 2-stock. And now he is a 1 game away from sending Acno out of this tournament.
The fact that Skeldra is knocking Acno onto a Diana, he doesn't know. I mean, the bow's working, but he knows sword's going to be a hard counter, and he's pulling weapons out left, right, and center, and he's going to have to go with blasters here with that Diana. But that neutral signature we did see earlier, right, from a couple different players that just caught certain players off guard with the signature set. So I think Acno's like, okay, we saw this a little bit earlier. Players are running into the signature set. Let me see what I can do with the blasters and the bow and use those signature sets. So right now, Skeldra has a little bit of a lead, trying to do something here against Acno and keep their advantage if they can. But Acno, if you're Acno, you have to be landing these bow attacks. And I mean, he's throwing them all out and just missing all of them.
He doesn't have an answer. Like, if you're Skeldra right now, you got to be feeling really confident, because this is a desperation pick from Acno, and already getting sent out to the left side. He doesn't have an answer for this great sword. He doesn't know how to counter it, and it is absolutely showing right here. Skeldra well on his way, full stock advantage against Acno right now, and Acno is whiffing and not being able to get the counters here. This is very impressive gameplay coming from Skeldra right now. I think he's gotten to the head of Acno a little bit.
He has, and I think Acno really has to play that bow very well and almost change his style a bit. I think he's going to have to go to more aggressive against Skeldra. Skeldra's been an aggressive player. Acno's kind of the player that's been, okay, let me make you run into things. But Skeldra's not running into things. So I think right now they're going to try to use the range of his blasters. And there you go, you see that Sider saving them. But oh my god, that 3-piece combo knocked off the ceiling of Apocalypse. And Acno's down to that final stock. And Skeldra might have an option for a 3-stock, or you might see Acno come back here. We'll have to see.
I mean, I definitely think Acno is at least going to go down with 1. You know what I mean? He's at least going to take 1. But Skeldra, so confident on that great sword. And we talk about it, just when you hit those strings, the damage, the force that comes in with those strings, just absolutely crazy. And we're seeing Skeldra take full advantage of that.
Yeah, and right now, Skeldra, oh my gosh, almost got the 3-stock on the Acno, but Acno comes in with the counter, bow there. And Acno is still down a stock, but we'll see what happens from Skeldra here and see if he's able to do any damage buildup. But I mean, for Acno, you got to get your damage buildup now. Make sure that you knock out Skeldra when you can. Oh, and Skeldra's able to come back just barely, just based off the options that Acno threw out. And Skeldra definitely feeling a lot more comfortable, but Acno is like, hi there, see my bow, have fun with it. And Skeldra's able to come back a little bit. Acno, do you have what it takes with blasters? You do!
No!
Skeldra is down to that final stock.
You know, Acno about to tell me to shut up, bro. I was over here talking down about my man. He's like, watch us reverse 3-stock right now. And he is in a really good position to get it done. Acno absolutely cooking on the Diana. I said he couldn't find an option. He couldn't find an answer for this great sword, and the Diana seems to be it. Okay, threw the sword away, but gonna starve him out. He's on the blasters now. Skeldra, no weapon to be found. Oh no, but the roles are reversed now. This could be bad for Acno. Oh
no.
Okay.
Let them both cook.
Let them both cook. Skeldra though. Neutral sig, okay, reaching over, can't find anything. Still has a pretty good damage advantage though, and 1 good strength from that great sword. Even that Sarah might be enough to get done. Weapon throw misses. No ground pound coming out. Reach over for a little sword. Here we go. Acno trying to get back up on stage. Sweat beads out all the exclamation points. Still not enough, bro.
He has, okay, I'm surprised he didn't get knocked out with the sweat beads. And Acno might have a reversal. Skeldra's still alive, but not anymore. Acno with the
You love to see it, bro.
stock, man.
You love to see it.
Oh my God. That was crazy.
I got my heart pumping a little bit.
I did. It got mine a little bit too. God, man. I never thought
Game
I'd
5, baby.
Oh my goodness. I just
Acno staying on the Diana. He's like, all right, okay. we found it. We're gonna stay on the Diana now. This seems to be working a little bit. Let's see if it was super close. It came down to the absolute wire. Is Skeldra gonna be able to make those adjustments, or is he gonna let this set slip out of his fingers?
If you're Skeldra, though, I mean, you need that greatsword. That greatsword is what made you win those 2 games, and I think that Acno just did not take full advantage of that properly, and Skeldra just read the daylights out of Acno. And now we're seeing Acno feel a lot more comfortable with their playstyle. Oh, nice save coming in for Skeldra. Then Derek Cider comes in. Cider comes in again, but Acno has an opportunity to come back. That 3-piece combo drops. Oh, the reversal. Oh! Great sword.
AJ, they're
oh my gosh.
They are so good at this game, bro.
They are.
Just that battle that took place off stage, that was absolutely insane. We're seeing Acno pick up blasters and make his way back. These guys are both definitely trying with everything they have. We see weapon starving coming out, everything that they can do. Side sig off those blasters, tying it up, juggle, and he's gonna stick to bow.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, I'm kind of Skeldra is sticking. I mean, he's gonna stick with the sword until Wumpa spawns, but I don't know. I mean, that sword's been playing a lot more this game. It's been actually keeping things relatively even, but the blasters are just catching Skeldra off guard.
Yeah, he's definitely been able to control the spacing of the movement. D-light recovery, not enough to get it done, but that might be. No, still fishing. Skeldra not opting to go for the weapon, fighting unarmed. Caught him with the Sair. Great sword in hand.
Oh, he threw that.
Oh, but those blasters.
Skeldra's getting a little bit too risky, though. He's getting a little bit stressed. We're seeing it in his gameplay. When he's trying to go for these knockout options, he's throwing them the entire opposite way. Skeldra had at least 3 knockout options there onto Acno, and with the 3, but is able to get the 4th, and Acno's down to that final stock, his tournament possible stock, and Skeldra's gonna have to do some damage build up, but now we're down to Skeldra's final tournament stock, possibly, depending on how this final stock goes.
Oh my gosh, and it is super even. It is gonna come down. I felt it in my bones that we were gonna come down to that final stock, a game at number 5. Acno cooking, starving out, back on those blasters, and he has been so effective with those.
Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. Skeldra having that center platform control. This is what he needs for damage build up. Oh, he whiffs that attack, and Acno gets the recovery. He does not knock him out, though. Oh, this is close. Oh, he threw the weapon away. He's getting too risky.
Oh. Go for it. Oh, sword in a hand, getting punished on that sidelight. Oh, it's gonna come down right to it. Acno has that advantage.
Oh, that weapon throw sets up Skeldra with that bow recovery. And Acno beats Skeldra 3-2 down to the final stock. Well, that's crazy.
What a set, man. That was a banger
goodness. Set. That just threw me off guard.
Acno showing why he is such a GOAT and able to have the fortitude. You know, it started to get away from him. He got that opening game, had him feeling good, and then got bodied. Got 3 stock that very next game. Got 2 stock the game after that. And he said, okay. He kept trying. He kept changing. Kept trying to come up with a new strategy, and he finally dialed something in that worked and was able to turn the set back, stay in this tournament, guarantee him a spot in the top 3, and now is a 1 set away from earning his way back up to grand finals. That was clutch. That was having Brawlhalla experience, being able to have the mental to stick in there and just figure it out, solve the problem, and make it happen. Well played.
Yeah, well played coming in from both of those players, going down to that. I still can't, it mind boggles me that went down to that final stock. I mean, we saw so many options come out both players, and Acno, as soon as he got into that rhythm with that bow, just flowed into that grand final very, very easily. But I do got to give props to Skeldra. I mean, for them being seed 34 and getting fourth, I might need to reseed them for future events. I'm not gonna lie, that was a mind-boggling run for them. Props to them on going forward, especially with Jaeun, which has been a character not a whole lot of players have been playing outside of Machete.
Absolutely. You know, we talk about, you know, and I wonder if that's a reason why, you know, we're seeing Great Sword do so well, because we are seeing newer you know, some players start to adopt it. But you know, when you only have a small player base of players to be able to actually spar against and be able to play with that's on your play level, when you're up there in those 28 2900s, how much Great Sword do you really get to practice against? There's not really many players that are playing it at that high of a caliber. So I wonder how much of effect that has, these players just not having a whole lot of practice and experience against that weapon, even after 3 years of it being out.
I'm so stunned by that last game. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's going to come down to how these players really adapt. And I think now, though, Acno doesn't have to worry about that until Grands if they go against Machete.